Hello everyone, RJ is back again. Today I have one more story. The Man Who Lived Twice. On the night of his 17th birthday, a man died. He opened his eyes expecting darkness. Instead, he found himself standing in an endless railway station. There were no people, only one train, only one bench, only one old ticket collector. The collector asked, "How was your journey?" The man smiled. "I had a good life. I married. I earned money. I raised children. I retired." The collector nodded. "Good. Now tell me about your second life." The man frowned. "My second life?" "The life that began after you realized you were going to die." Silence. "I don't understand." The collector opened a small notebook. "When you were 16, you believed you had forever. When you were 25, you believed there was time. When you were 35, you believed next year would be easier. When you were 50, you believed retirement would finally let you begin." The collector closed the notebook. "So tell me, when did your real life begin?" The man searched his memory. He found birthday, vacation, promotion, arguments, festivals, hospital visit, but he could not remember a single day on which he had consciously said, "From today I will become the man I meant to become." The collector stood. "Come with me." They entered a hall so vast that it disappeared into darkness. It contained billions of books. Every book carried the name of one human being. The man found his own. He smiled. "My life." The collector shook his head. "No, your responsibilities." The man opened the first page. It read, "Age 18, could have become curious." He turned the page. Age 14, could have learned discipline. Another page. Age 19, could have mastered his craft. Another. Age 24, could have chosen courage over comfort. Another. Age 31, could have begun. Another. Age 42, still could have begun. Another. Age 56, still could have begun. The page continued. Not one described what he had done. Every page described what had remained possible. He reached the last page. It was blank. He looked up. "Is the book unfinished?" The collector answered, "No. It simply has nothing left to record." The man felt anger. "Why show me this now?" The collector asked quietly, "When would you have preferred to know?" The man shouted, "When I was young." The collector looked into his eyes. "You did know. You just believed knowing was the same as changing." The station shook. The train arrived. The door opened. Inside sat millions of silent people. Every face carried the same expression. Not pain, not fear, recognition. Each held a book with blank final chapter. The man whispered, "Who are they?" The collector replied, "People who postponed becoming." They did not fail, they delayed. They delayed so often. They delayed that delay became their identity. The man refused to board. "There must be another train." "There is." "When?" The collector looked at the door above the platform. It had no number, only one sentence. "While you are alive." The man collapsed. "I thought death was the end." The collector answered, "No, death is only the closing of the account. The real tragedy happened when, much earlier, the day a person began treating tomorrow as though it belonged to him." The whistle sounded. The train began to move. The man ran after it. He screamed, "Give me one more year." No one answered. He ran to harder. One more month. The train kept moving. One more day. The platform ended. He fell into darkness. Then his alarm rang. He was 22. His room was exactly as he had left it. The unfinished book lay on his desk. The gym shoes were still by the door. The application he never submitted was still open. The course he kept postponing still waited. Nothing had changed except one thing. For the first time in his life, he understood that he had never been afraid of hard work. He had been acting as though time owed him another chance. He got out of bed, not because he felt motivated, not because he felt inspired, but because one thought had become unbearable. If I postpone today, I am betting my entire life on tomorrow that has never promised to arrive. So, with this, I am ending today's story. Thanks for listening. Bye bye.